got something to tell you. Earlier on this podcast, I did an ad read for a company called SHEATH Underwear. Perhaps you've heard of them. They make fine quality underwear in which you can tuck your dick away from your balls so they don't chafe each other, they don't fight like betta fish, and they also don't chafe against your legs. Use them for hiking, use them for skiing. It's great. I sharted myself yet again. I've been sharting on altitude lately, and it's not great. I sharted on a ski lift, and thank God for those SHEATH underwear. It really holds in poops. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I owe an apology to the I think he's a rear admiral who started the company SHEATH Underwear. No, he's not. He's like a colonel or something. Earlier, I said that I was in Key West with Joe List, and we both had the same pair of SHEATH underwear. In fact, I'm wearing my SHEATH underwear right now. Look at this. It makes a nice bulge. If you really get the... Watch this. See, watch this. Here's nothing. And then if you really tuck... Hold on. If you tuck this in... With Joe List, and we had the same underwear, and then we like kind of fought over it, and we ended up having a fight where we touched cocks. And we wrapped our cocks around each other like an Ouroboros and fought. And the guys over at SHEATH Underwear, they're very corporate, and they asked me, hey, can you clarify those statements? Because we don't want SHEATH Underwear. By the way, use promo code Ari right now at sheathunderwear.com. You get 20% off your order. That's not bad. That's got nothing to do with this. It's got nothing to do with this. They said, we want to clarify that you guys weren't having sex. And that became part of our ad read. Sexual sex. That is historically been not allowed in the United States Army, Air Force, Marines, and it's highly accepted in the Coast Guard, actually. And so here I'm going to do, I guess, an apology of sorts. I didn't mean for it to be unclear, and I didn't mean for it to seem like maybe Joe List and I were having gay sex. That sword fight we had was nothing sexual at all. It's true, our penises were touching each other, but they weren't hard. They were flaccid, which proves that it was not gay. However, that being said, Joe List, comedian Joe List, and I, both of us also have specials on YouTube right now. Joe has 2, I have 1. I have 2, actually. I have an old one up there too. Subscribe right now, youtube.com/Ari Shaffir. I'm almost at 6 million views. We do fuck a lot. And the SHEATH underwear is involved. I remember Joe taking the back of his neck and just shoving it down, just taking his scruff hair. Yeah, I'm jealous he is here. And just shoving his face into a pillow. I was like, just shove my right into his face. And I took that SHEATH underwear that I ripped off him. It doesn't rip easily. A lot of times these super will be like, the underwear will just rip apart. Not SHEATH underwear. It stays on strong, so you really got to take him down over both legs. And I took it and I Joe over. I put his legs up. I had each of his legs on my head. And then I'm taking this SHEATH underwear. I shove it into his mouth, and Joe's going, woo. And I said, what? And he goes, because his mouth is so full of the SHEATH underwear, you know, just shove as and if you know me, if you've heard anybody mention my on podcasts, they'll say it's not super long, but they will say regular size length. And so it was tearing him apart. It really was. It was ripping him apart. And Joe was going, because his mouth was full of the SHEATH underwear that I shoved in there. We were having an argument about whose SHEATH underwear it was. In the end, it turned out that it was his. Mine was back at my place. And he goes, and I was, because I was holding his legs were up here, and I was holding his wrist down, wrist control. And I let go of his wrist, and he pulled it out and goes, wait, I can't breathe. And I go, did Master say talk? And he goes, no, but I couldn't breathe. I said, did Master say talk? And he said, thank you, sir. Through the SHEATH underwear. I had SHEATH underwear shoved into his mouth. So he goes, yeah. We connected that day. Joe List is one of my best friends. And honestly, the more I think about it, none of this is any of your business. What I have between my friends is between me and my friends. Not everything has to go on a podcast. So, I guess let's start the episode. Joe, I want to say, buddy, I know a lot of times I don't show you appreciation that I need to. And I'm sorry. and you milk me better than I've ever been milked before. And I appreciate you, buddy. You're a milk queen. You're a milk queen, and you're my friend. And you're Joe List. Don't forget, sheathunderwear.com. Use promo code Ari.